Welcome to the Carolina Nexus, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is not my usual time slot for Tuesdays, but it is what it is. Life happens. I had to push the show back a little bit. I'm not in my usual location. I'm back at the original location, but we're going to do this thing right. I've got a special guest tonight, the producer of the show. He's sitting in the back room waiting to come on and interview me, which is the way I like it. The show with Dump Truck was a major success. I went back to the original formula for promoting the show. For doing for doing podcasts. I interviewed Dump Truck. We had a great time, and now we're back to my original formula where my guest is going to come on to interview me. But before we get into that, I want to mention off some of these people that made this show possible. Beginning with Bliss Day Salon and Spa, serving Cleveland County for all your self-care, mental health day needs. Go talk to Susan and her crew. They'll help you out. The whole reason this podcast even exists, the Carolina Nexus book series, 2 book series written by me, available on Amazon. Just follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, and they go in chronological order here in this picture from top left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, go check them out. High octane action. You're going to love it. Gamers Dream Haven, my boy Trey Smith on Facebook. Him and his wife Melissa will hook you up with any retro gaming devices you can get. If they don't have it in stock, they will get it in stock or help you locate it one, ladies and gentlemen. Cynthia's Clean Team, give Cynthia a call. There's not much she won't do. Find out what she can and can't do for you. She'll do it at an affordable price, and you won't be disappointed. I guarantee it. The Lady Hawks Youth Softball Team. This one hits close to home. I graduated with one of the coaches, and these young ladies have worked hard to get to where they're at, and they're going to keep working hard with the intensity of the Hawk to chase down that youth softball championship. I'm proud of them. I will have the coaches on the show at some point in the future. We're working out the details now, ladies and gentlemen. Garden of Eden Photography. Eden Jamerson is one of my personal close best friends, and I support her decision to become a photographer. She's really good at what she does, and she'll be doing more poses behind the scenes than you are in front of the camera. You're going to love her. Cody Bowens with Eye Catching Customs. Make you all your custom merchandise needs. Look him up on TikTok and Facebook. Styling Jane's Boutique. Doing all your custom merchandise needs. My sister, she does more than what Cody does. She'll do cups, hats, etc., stickers, decals. There's a whole list of things on her Facebook group. If you aren't a member of it, go look her up. She can give you all the information for you there. Styling Jane's Boutique on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer & Co. Book Company, based out of Gaffney, South Carolina. They held my first book signing event. It was mildly successful, but by all the numbers, it was successful for all the people that came by and stopped and got information. I will be hooking Spencer & Co. up with another book signing event as soon as possible. The Elaine Project by Jerry Pera, another local author that I support. This book has it all. Action, adventure, you name it, it's in there. Jerry Pera does a great job of detailing the emotions and the trials and tribulations these characters go through. I was hooked. I read it in 2 days. Hashtag I'm going to say it with Greg Roper, one of my biggest supporters, and I saw him. Go check him out over on TikTok. If you're afraid to say it, he going to say it. Diverse Tax Solutions with Chinez Middlebrook. This man will help you through this tough time. It is tax season. He'll do the hard stuff for you, so you ain't got to, and you ain't got to stress out. But if you are stressing about it and you're like me, you get hungry when you get stressed out. He also has Little Daddy's Barbecue and Mo delivered, and it's affordable. You'd be disappointed there. Daddy's Barbecue and Mo, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out. TCW Valentine's Vengeance, February 21st, historic Shea Park. The last show was canceled because of the weather. This show, they've got backup plans in place now in case the weather becomes volatile again and puts us all down for 2 weeks. Go out there. You won't be disappointed. My guest from last week, Dump Truck, is on that show. Go check him out. He's there for vengeance. And then, of course, Gemstone Championship Wrestling presents Icebreaker April 18th. Go check them out. I'm excited for our all-female company to be here in the Carolinas. The women's revenue right now is they don't have the Pinnacle Professional Wrestling on the card. I hope Mila Johnson makes an appearance. And then, of course, if you're going to any of these shows that Dump Truck's on, check him out for some Diesel Honey. I hear it's pretty good. I got mine ordered. It's on the way. And last but not least, my special guest, my best friend, my producer. I got to show homage to the original podcast of the Carolinas. Ladies and gentlemen, #Truth inspired the Carolina Nexus. He's the reason we are here. If it wasn't for #Truth pushing and promoting for the Carolina Nexus books, I would never had this idea to do this. Now we're going to jump right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go for it.
There we go.
Scott Larsen, ladies and gentlemen. The producer, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, Scott?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm glad to have you on here. It's high time I pay back the favors you did for me on #Truth.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not selling anything, as you can see, just the name. but I am here to ask you some questions. So once we get to that part of the show, I will be all over it. I love your book, but I've only read your first book, so I have a lot of questions about the others. So
good. I'm here to answer them, and I do still have your second book here in my possession. I'm gonna get it to you as soon as possible. Before the show,
and I still have your son's. I still have your son's full body thing of Big Country, which we got to get together at some point.
Amber says, "Hey, Scott."
Hey, Amber, how you doing?
She and Tyson are watching from the family TV. Tyson loves watching the show. I think he just loves hearing me talk. Before we get into I got a birthday shout out to one of my friends, Lilac Jackson Burgess. She's 39 years old today. Happy birthday from the Carolina Nexus.
Nice,
and then update.
Nice. Dude, come on, man. I know you just didn't give a woman's age out over the air.
She told me to. She's proud of it.
Man, that's a setup, bro. That's a setup. Don't ever.
No, she's proud of it. And it happened because when I found out how old she was, I messaged her and I was like, how? You look like you're 10 years younger than me. But she's really older than me. So
my mama taught me 3 things growing up. And yes, I do have a washcloth in my hand because I have been sweating lately. You'll see me I'll look like a preacher on Sunday doing this all day. But anyway, my mama taught me 3 things growing up. And even if they ask, and she told me if they ask, it's a setup, man. Don't ever ask a woman her age. Don't ever ask her weight. And don't ever go in her purse. Even with permission. Don't do it. It's a setup.
See, Amber, I know you're watching. You see, Scott said it. That's the rule. That's the reason that you tell me to go in your purse, I give it to you yourself.
That's it. Hand that purse to her and let her get it because you're setting yourself up.
Jack Morgan. This is all Jack Morgan right here.
I love you, Jack. I love you, man.
So I got a couple of announcements and then we'll jump right into the questionnaire because that's what everybody's here to watch anyway. Hometown Justice Hostile, the 4th book in the Carolina Nexus series, has been rejected once more. Last show I said it was ready to be released, but my blondness, I sent the wrong file to my editor and he was very unhappy with me, so now I got to send him the correct file. It's not ready to be produced yet. That's on me. I take responsibility for that. And Casey Elkins, number 3, is having to be rewritten due to a number of reasons, but mainly because I had 2 different plot lines and I mixed them together and it doesn't make sense. So I'm having to start from scratch on Casey Elkins, number 3. Casey Elkins fans, this is talking to you, Caitlin, and you, Amber. Don't hate me. Amber says she's starting to understand it now. All right, Scott, you're here to interview me. Let's see what you got for me.
So So I'm going to interview you as an author first. I think I've done this
Okay.
before, but I'm going to do it again for any new people who are going to see this, watch it now, or see this later. Um, what made you want to become an author in the first place? I mean, most. I mean, I grew up in the same era as you did, and I was all into video games, wrestling, music, and I never once thought of sitting down and writing anything. I don't have the patience for it. I'll just be honest with you. Uh, what made you decide to sit down and write your books?
Before the video games, before wrestling, I had one passion, and that was as a child. I loved to read. Since I was taught how to read, that was my thing. If you saw me, I was reading, whether it was Dr. Seuss or at the time I read the Darley Parton Library. And then as I got older, my taste evolved with me, and but I made a promise to my grandmother, Essie Mae Sparks, at the age of 5, that one day I was going to write a book, and she told me that
You remember a promise you made at 5 years old?
I did not remember it until my mom told me about it.
Okay. Okay. That
But
makes more sense because I was like,
but
man,
I
I don't remember nothing from five.
but mom was like I was 4 or 5, and I just got through reading The Cat in the Hat Comes Back to my mom Essie, and I told her I was going to write a book. Unfortunately, my mom Essie passed away in 1998, and she didn't get to see me achieve that dream, complete that promise. But I know she's watching from above because she was the most God fearing woman on the planet. And but I also made the promise to my mom that I was going to do it. And forever there, it looked like it wasn't going to happen. And then in 2020, when it did, that was when mom reminded me, well, I'm not the only person you made that promise to. You promised your mama Essie at 4 or 5 years old you were going to write a book and you were going to be just as big as Dr. Seuss. And I guess that makes sense for a 4 or 5 year old. I
Right,
know
right.
after the first book was released, I had people telling me, why are you charging so why are you only charging $5 for your book? You should be charging 35 and 40 like Stephen King. Stephen King's got a big enough name, he can charge that kind of money for a book. I don't.
And
I want people to
Stephen King's books are this thick. Let's not kid
right,
ourselves. I mean, I
right.
love your series, but your series, and this is a compliment I will give you, sir, right away. If I look at a book and it's this thick, that's already a killer for me. It can be the best writing in the world. Stephen King can be the best writer in the world. I'll wait for the movie. Thank you very much. Because I'm not.
Exactly.
First of all, like most people, and I'm disabled, and this is coming from a disabled person. But I can imagine somebody who has to work like yourself or anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have time to sit down. It would take me a year to read a book this thick.
Right.
Okay. Your
And
book, your book, if you're a reader and they pick up your book, and this is what I love about it, because it's in depth, but it's an easy read. And you could sit down, if you're a reader, you could sit down and read that book in 1 or 2 days. Bam, you've got it.
and that's the thing, that like the thickest book that I've written was the Tygapagon, the prequel. It was thicker than the rest of them, and Amber read it in 2 days.
There you
And
go.
then Casey Elkins #2, The Daywalker. Caitlin was the first person to get her hands on the book. She read it in 1 day. And then she started asking me questions like, I don't think you read the book, reread it. So she read it again. It took her 2 days to read it to get the answers to her questions because she skimmed through a bunch of stuff that she thought was boring and then realized she needed to pay attention to that stuff because it was
Yeah,
important.
you're a lot of times when and this is my thing with a movie series or a movie or things like that. Books are great to read anywhere that as long as you're not driving, okay? Just
That part.
as long as you're not driving or anything. I add that to it too. No matter what you're driving, and even if you're driving the boat, you better put the book down.
Right. We all know
So
Jack Morgan's the master bass of the bass fishing, so he probably driving the boat with 1 foot, drinking a beer with one hand, reading the book in the other.
that could be, but it like I said, like I was gonna say, you can't skim through any book or anything, or I've got a daughter you're that Caitlin's age, and she wants to, skim through some stuff during a series. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're going to get to a part where that's going to be important, and you're not going to wonder. You're going to be wondering, like, well, why are they doing this? Why are they? It's moonshine in one hand. There you go. But you gotta build up. Any good story has a build.
And that was one thing I tried to do.
You get to a climax, and then it goes downward.
And that was one thing I tried to do with my book series was I tried to balance it between action and the slice of life moments. And it's funny that one of the characters in the book's based off Mr. Miyagi, because Mr. Miyagi is always the one that taught us that life is all about balance. So I tried to balance the series and give you the action, but also give you why the action had to happen.
Right. Yep, the famous saying in Karate Kid: go left, okay; go right, okay; go right down the middle, like great.
Exactly. Life is all about balance, Daniel-san.
That's right. It's all balance. And it's hard to balance, man. You're figuring that out with another newborn in the house.
You are dang straight. But we're making it work. I'm tired than I'm more tired than I normally am. I'm working constantly. I take time to do the podcast. I'm writing my books. It's and at one point in time I was on autopilot. I just came and went. Right. But I've got back into it now.
That's it. That's exactly
it, right Morgan. Look at you being all wise beyond your years.
Right? Who is this, and why are you impersonating Jack Morgan?
Right. Pan logged into his Facebook. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. I got you. Now we understand. I got you. So you made a couple of promises to write books. Now you're writing them. What during your first book, what made you decide to use your hometown as a background?
So I'm public about this. I don't back down from it. I started writing Hometown Justice in high school for creative writing class. It started out as a project to take a movie or a book, rip the characters out of it, and put people I knew into it, or put my own characters into it. Well, I did that, and Hometown Justice is loosely based on the Buford Pusser story.
Right.
So I needed the hometown because I didn't want to use the same setting that Buford Pusser was taking care of, McNairy County, Georgia. I didn't want to use that.
County, Tennessee. Yep.
Tennessee,
I lived
Georgia.
in McNairy County. I lived just a few miles from where Buford Pusser, where that whole story took place. I lived as a kid. I lived a few miles from there.
I want to go visit that, but I've never made it yet.
I lived in Selmer, Tennessee.
But so I got to thinking, and when I was in high school, I went to high school in Blacksburg, South Carolina. I wasn't very familiar down here because when my family moved down here, we didn't know anybody. So I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I was bullied in high school, so I didn't go places. I was at home on my PlayStation 2 playing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. But so when this project came down, I was interested in it. And I had watched the original trilogy on my aunt and uncle had it on DVD. And I ripped the characters out. And I was like, I'm going to take a step further. Instead of ripping just the characters, I'm going to rip the whole setting apart, take the same plot with my characters in a different setting. And I knew more about Pokeful because that's where I grew up at. From 1989 to 2003, I knew more about Pokeful than Blacksburg. Even though briefly we lived in Blacksburg for like 2 years in 92 to 93, 94, somewhere along in there, I knew more about Pokeful than I did Blacksburg. And so I started with Blacksburg or with Pokeful. And again, as I've said before, I've taken creative liberties. I changed a bunch of stuff, added things to it to make the story fit in Pokeful.
Okay.
And when it came to being in Pokeful, whoa, about fell there. When it came to being in Pokeful, I realized quite quickly in the creation process that there was things that I had to creatively add to it, and I had to find ways to make it fit into the story. And that was the most fun for me, honestly. using the creative liberties that I used, and I did it so that the city of Pokeful wouldn't look at it and go, okay, this is giving us a bad image.
Right.
We're going to shut this down. And funny story about that, they did reach out to me after the first book released. That's a story for a different day.
Now, didn't you have problems? Didn't you have problems with the picture on the front of the cover?
Yes. The then mayor of Pokeful in 2020 had an issue with the picture. He said I stole it off the website, but I had taken it with my cell phone.
Right.
But I got that. Well, she said it. I got that under. It's water under the bridge now. I'm still in the process of trying to locate the cover that you made for me because I've switched computers since then. I'm gonna upload the image you made for me.
I can check and see if I still have it. I don't even know if I still have it or not. I hope
if you still have it, I'm gonna upload it and put that as the new front cover, and then maybe Amazon will let me upload that cover as my Kindle cover too, instead of this stuff, because I never understood this. This was, come on, computer. This is Hometown Justice, the paperback version.
Right.
And then this is the Kindle version for some reason.
That's the picture that we were talking about, the one on the first one.
Yes, this picture of Town Hall, they said that it was stolen off the website, and it wasn't. It was taken off my, it's taken off my camera, my cell phone, and I uploaded it, cropped it down to fit, and put it on the front cover of my book.
Well, looky here, looky here. Look what I found.
Ha ha, you got it on there, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm going to send it to you too while we're talking.
Sounds good to me. I'll put it up on the screen for everybody to see.
Okay. And let me find your name. There you are. And it is sent, sir.
It just came through. Let me download it and then upload it.
You told me what the story was about before I read it. And this was the image that came to my mind. Was, the background's going to look like a big, there you go. See, the background, it looks like this big, like, office building or whatever. That's what I think of when I think of a town hall. I think of, the big building. So that's what that is. That's why I put that.
I showed this to my mom when you first sent it to me, and she said that background looked like the original Pokeful High School that eventually became Town Hall initially, before they tore it down and rebuilt it.
I did not know that. I just decided to put a building back there that looked like a big, like when I think of a town hall, like I live in Chesney, we don't really have a town hall. You have to go to Spartanburg. So if you go to Spartanburg, theirs is like pretty big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what that background is. That's why that's that. And then you said your guy was a soldier. So that's, of course, that's the saluting part of it. And then, I had to put Pokeful on there. So that's where the star is. That's not the capital. That's Pokeful.
I don't know what Amoosh is.
Better than you, Alex.
There's an I where that U is in the word Amish, Jack.
Yeah. It's not Amoosh.
Yeah. Amber says she liked your cover, Scott.
Thank you very much, Amber. I appreciate that. I put a lot of.
I've actually commissioned Scott to create covers for me going forward, because I'm not ashamed of them. My imagery work is second to last on everything, but
it's good,
dude.
They've
all been deleted off here.
What's inside the cover is the most important, bro. But you want something that's going to catch their eye on the outside too. I'm not saying that mine was better. I'm just saying you want an eye catcher.
You don't have to say yours is. I'll tell you yours is better. I know Gully Guns at one point in time, he did a mock-up for me, and I liked his idea, but he had the sheriff's star and a karate belt and something else, but he couldn't change the word on the sheriff's star. He was going to have it say Pokeful Sheriff, but
Right.
it kept coming up as Danesville Sheriff, and he couldn't get it to change it. So we scrapped that idea, and he hasn't hit me back up.
If you're using AI, it's very hard for you to get AI to function correctly unless you pay a good bit of money to a program. Now, if you pay a good bit of money to a program, it'll do whatever you want it to do. But a lot of people who want to make money doing this, they'll use free programs. They'll put it in there. They'll do all the work for that. But when it spits it out, there's always something wrong with the spelling or this, that, and the other. So thank you very much,
Morgan,
Jack.
No lies detected.
Appreciate that.
No lies detected. That might be the truest thing this man has ever said.
I do, and I do a lot of practice. I take it from wrestling, even though I'm at a faux pas with wrestling right now. But I take it from wrestling and trying to design wrestling posters and things like that. And I've learned everything that I know from scratch. I didn't take classes. I didn't, my daughter is taking classes right now to learn all kinds of things about, different computers and doing stuff like that. I didn't have that privilege. I basically started from scratch. When I did, if you see a background on #truth or anywhere else or anything that I've done, that was all from scratch.
Well, your stuff looked better than mine, and I had 2 classes in photo editing, so I don't know what went wrong with me.
Right. B3, love you, buddy. That is my tag team partner right there. Not Jack, B3.
But my wife asked me about the conversation we had with Dump Truck last show, where we mentioned casting Dump Truck in one of our movies, TV shows that we're planning on doing.
Right. I would like to do this is what, and we haven't really talked about it. Maybe we can do it right here. I don't mind doing it right here on
we got a platform. Let's go for it.
What I want to do is see, my daughter is learning camera work. She does my promos when I do the brain, when I do my brain. And I'm only promoing for one company right now, Revolt Wrestling. And I keep getting people are bragging about the camera work. They're like, well, the brain hasn't got his thing on a tripod. You could tell because the camera's moving and when I move, it moves with me. And they really like that. So I decided to put her in front of the camera and make her part of the story. Everybody knows her as Miss Pinky. I'm the brain. She's Miss Pinky. So, we've been doing that. So I told her, I said, and she thought it was a good idea too. I was like, why don't we put that camera work to the test? I would really love to do a low budget movie, not a high budget movie, not big cameras. Just, all these phones, you see them online bragging about, oh, you could do this with it. You could do that with it. And they show these really cool movie scenes and all that. And I said, let's do that. Show a movie of Jack Morgan teaching Alex how to fish and wrestle. That's funny. But no, I'm serious. I really want to, whether it's one of your books or just something we think of out of the blue, I would really like to do a low budget film and record it and put it all together. Now that part we can do because I know I can do it on the right.
But Amber was asking about it, and I told her that I gave you full filming rights. If you decide to sit down and turn Hometown Justice into a TV show or a movie, I trusted you with my IP.
But you would have to agree on the person to do it unless you're going to do it as the main guy, and they've got to read the books and the whole 9 yards. And again, even though it's a low budget film, we still have to sit down and write out the words and what we're doing. We still have, my mind's not working right. What do you call it? The script. Thank you. We still have to sit down and do the script, which that's the longest part of it all.
Right. And I've got a buddy that is interested in transcribing Hometown Justice Homecoming into a script for us.
See, there you go.
I told him go ahead and do it and send it to me. We'd look over it.
There you go. See, I mean, it can come together as long as you get enough people together who really want to do something. We can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I'm a fat guy and I sweat a lot. So
You ain't
I'm
got to
I'm
apologize to nobody. This is my show. We raw and uncut, okay?
that's why the little wash rag right here. I'm just kind of and even though I'm a fat guy, I don't like being sweaty and stuff like that. So
Jack Morgan suggested I do like that app Reels where they do 2-minute episodes and cram a bunch of
yeah,
story
something
into
like
it.
that. They do. Yeah, the TikTok Lite. They got TikTok
Yeah.
Lite now that does like small movies like that. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But I actually want to make it an hour and a half film instead of a
Yeah.
2 minute. You know, you can't tell the whole story of your first book in 2 minutes. You just can't.
No.
So
It has trouble giving me a summary of the story. It's all
right,
over the place with the summary. So
right. So and I believe we can get it done once the baby gets a little bit older over there in your house and you have a little bit more free time and everything. It sounds like things are coming together. I'm not going to let anything out because I promised you, but looks like some things are coming together. I mean, it might be sooner than later.
exactly.
And of course, my health is always a part of that too. So as you, if you guys are noticing, I am like, I, there's nothing wrong with my chair. It's my back. I've got a really bad back for you guys, first time watchers. So I'm constantly going to be adjusting my back because
And the
I've got
reason I
really
keep
bad
adjusting is
arthritis on my
my chair is
spine.
missing a wheel. So
I've got real bad arthritis on my spine. So I'm constantly shifting in my chair. It doesn't matter how comfortable the chair is, man. No, you do 2 minutes at a time telling the story. Dude, an hour and a half. Do you realize how many videos that would be? That
right.
I understand what you're saying, Jack. That's great if you have a story that you could tell in 2.5 minutes. But if you're going to do a book, that would be like saying you could do it in 2.5 minutes. The Stephen King movie, It, in 2.5 minutes.
That's a tall glass of Coke right there.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I mean, but I
Stranger
do agree
things
that
have
there are
happened.
some stories you can tell in 2.5 minutes. I love the shorts. As a matter of fact, I've got another. Here's my phone right here being charged, but I've got another app on my phone that does the same thing, and they have little 2-3 minute movies. They're awesome. Give me 6 months. It sounds like he wants to make your movie a 2 minute thing.
Right.
Oh, Miss Ballo.
Miss Baloo. I love her to
Baloo.
death.
Is that how you pronounce it? Baloo?
Yes, yes. I love her. She told me every time I go live to tag her, and I forgot to tag her at the beginning of the show, so she's probably going to kick my butt when she sees me again.
She's good. You put her poster up. She'll be happy. Very, very nice woman. Very nice woman. But okay, so we got
Very scary woman.
she can be if you get on her bad side, yeah. uh,
Man, forget you, Jack Morgan.
we can never do a show without talking about the E-feds.
I know, right? Somebody has to come along and ruin it.
All right, well, let's get back to the author part of it.
Go ahead,
Now,
let's go.
now, okay, you got the background scene, you made it Pokeville, and then you said you decided to make it after a movie you saw, which was Buford Buzzard's life story. At what point did you decide that you were going to be the main character, that your name, your likeness was going to be the main character? Was there ever a point when you thought that maybe I should make it somebody completely different, or was the whole thing always going to be Alex Storm being the lead
So,
character?
in the very beginning, the character's name was Carr, Kar, and
Okay.
he was a very vastly different character.
Was it
Um,
Alex Carr?
no, it was just Carr. I had no last name. I had no plans
Oh,
for it to go beyond that. And this
Okay.
is the very original draft when it was for the school project in high school.
Okay. Okay.
He and I planned on keeping that character when I decided this is going to be the book I write and publish. But somehow it got lost in translation. I think one of the many times my computer crapped on me and I didn't have it backed up on flash drive.
Always blame the computer.
I lost the character that I had described, and so then I started looking at the plot, and I already had this idea that all the characters are going to be people I knew. So I was like, why is the main character not somebody I know? And I started with my best friend Vinny Ryman. You guys in the EFED world know him as Vinny Venom. I put him in the main character role as my character that was going to go forward, and he just didn't fit the vibe. The character I portrayed him to be just didn't fit the character I had for Vinny Ryman. And so me and Vinny was talking. Come on, Jack Morgan. First off, let me address that comment. Nobody, not even doctors with PhDs and people that have PhDs in handwriting can read my handwriting. So I can't even read my handwriting. There's no way I'm writing with pencil and paper.
I don't even think authors today use pen and paper anymore at all.
There's another local author here. He's out of Gaffney. I don't have permission to say his name because he's retired. He uses a pen name. He told me that when he was writing it, they didn't use pen and paper. They used a typewriter.
That's even worse. That's even worse. You can't make a mistake at all. You can't go back and edit. You can't go back and put something in there without redoing the whole page. And then it leaks over. Then you got you got to basically, wherever you made the mistake, you basically got to retype the whole thing all the way to the end. That's got to be monotonous, man.
And I have one of those typewriters. The problem with it is finding the ink ribbons for them. Those are becoming obsolete. And if you can find them, they're expensive.
Well, yeah, because they're dinosaurs now, man. I mean, it's very.
But the character, when I based it on myself, I took a look at the characters and was like, I got this friend here, I got this friend there. Fine, I'm gonna use myself as the main character. And Alex Ruler has always been the name I've used. He was a created character. He's basically a John Doe.
I am still here. I am just standing up and stretching while you're talking, sir.
I got you. I had to do the same thing a minute ago. I had to readjust my chair. He was a John Doe character I could put in any story. Just change his background a little bit and let him go. I used him for the main character and decided I was going to take him and make him be the version that I wanted to be, the hero I wanted to be. So I gave him all of my best and some of my worst qualities and put him in the story. And that's how Alex Ruler in the story was born.
Oh, I said Alex Storm. I'm sorry. Alex Ruler.
Alex Storm's my PSN gamer tag. You're cool.
I got you. That's you know my mind, brother.
Yeah, I got you.
It's hard to keep up with all the names, man. The EFED names, your author name, your name. 12 names for one person. It's hard to keep up.
I mean, at least I'm not Chuck out here rattling off a list of things before I introduce myself.
Okay, well, I do have to. And Xbox is not better, sir. I will go on my deathbed arguing that one. But anyway, I'm a PlayStation guy. Always have been, always will be.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for having a brain up there.
But
the only other acceptable answer is if you'd have said Nintendo.
The Super Nintendo and the Nintendo gaming system were two of the best gaming systems ever, dude, in my opinion. The 16-bit world wasn't the greatest, and 8-bit world wasn't the greatest in the world, but it brought back a lot of memories, man. It still holds a lot of memories.
I'm about to go on here and make a bunch of nerds sitting at their computers mad at me right now When they watch this later, if they're watching live right now, the Sega Saturn is 1,000 times better than anything Xbox puts out. Sega Saturn was ahead of its time.
Yeah, I will agree. I would agree with that. I didn't own it, but I will agree with it.
I never owned one. My cousin had one, and
Yeah.
he thought it was. He made the comment to me, and I allude to it in one of the books. I forget which one, but there's a couple characters playing a video game in a scene, and one character doesn't have the system at home, the other one does, and the character doesn't have the system at home is better at the game than the one that has it. So my cousin was mad at me for that. I was better at the game he had on Sega Saturn, but I didn't have access to it to play it.
Right. He said he burnt up 6 PlayStations, haven't burnt up 1 Xbox. Well, just because you know why? Because you can't play Xbox as long as you do PlayStation, or you will burn it up. You just don't.
Well,
play
here's
longer.
the thing. Here's the thing. You can play a PlayStation longer than you can an Xbox because the PlayStation already comes with a rechargeable battery and a controller. Xbox, you got to go buy extra rechargeable batteries, and those things cost a lot. So,
right. We could go on all day.
I still have my N64 too.
Exactly.
Don't feel bad.
We got to get back on topic though. We got to get back on topic.
Yeah, we do. Go ahead. Direct us back, producer sir.
We can talk about video games all day long though. No doubt. Great topic.
There's a video game show that I'm going to host here on Carolina Nexus coming in the future, and my special guest is going to be Gamers Dream Haven's owners, Michael Smith and Melissa
Where is
Smith.
that located?
It was located in first it was at the Yellow Mall in Gaffney.
Okay.
Then they moved to Spartanburg,
Okay.
and then they lost the building, so they're operating online only right now.
Okay.
And
well, if anything,
they're working toward getting a brick and mortar store.
Let me know.
I got you.
I will definitely be watching that show too, of course. But okay, so now you got your main characters, and you want to make you got the main characters, and you said you made your friends all the characters that are that help your lead character. How did you come up with your enemy?
That's a. I answered this on #Truth, and I love answering this question. Middle school, high school, I was a bully magnet.
Okay.
I tried to be friends with everybody, but no matter how hard I tried, I still drew
you were
the
a
bullies
nerd,
in.
just like me then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In middle school, it was because of where I lived, the part of Pokeville I lived in. That's why I was bullied. In high school, we moved to Blacksburg, and I was bullied in Blacksburg because I was a wrestling fan.
Ah.
I had a Bill Goldberg hoodie that I wore to school every day during the winter, and I got made fun of because it wasn't Brett Favre or
oh my goodness,
Tom Brady or some athlete. One guy even made fun of me because I didn't know who at the time. I didn't know anything about. All I knew about Michael Jordan was he played for the Bulls. I couldn't tell you any of his stats in high school.
Right.
And I'm like, well, at least I know who he is.
Not everybody's in the sports and in each sport and every sport.
Right.
I dabble
like
in every sport, but my main sport is, and a lot of people, oh, it's so boring. My main sport's baseball. I love baseball.
My dad's too, and I like baseball, but I didn't. My parents, this Goldberg hoodie I had was second or third hand that we picked up at a yard sale for 25 cents.
Right.
Because the guy said that WCW was going down the crapper, and he wasn't trying to make money off of it.
North Carolina.
So
he was a Tar Heel, Jack Morgan, just letting you know.
Yes, he went to North Carolina. But I got bullied for it. And so when I was writing my villains, I combined different elements of different bullies into my villains. The character that's introduced in Hometown Justice Homecoming, Tommy Leon's.
Okay.
He's based off of equal parts my middle school bully and one of my high school bullies.
Okay. Now, how long does your first? Awesome, Amber. What's your favorite team, by the way? I just want to know. Don't you answer it for her. I want her to answer it.
Okay.
So how long does that bad guy end at the end of book one, or does he continue? And how far along does the bad guy go before he is defeated?
So, and this is just me personally, as I've stated here and on hashtag truth, I'm a huge nerd. I write these stories in arcs, and the technical term is trilogies. So Tommy Leons gets a trilogy of books before he's defeated. Antoine DeMarco will get a trilogy of books before he's defeated. And then Steve Bertinelli will get a trilogy of books before he's defeated. That's why I've got nine books planned for Hometown Justice. And I try to turn the volume up with the villainy in each book to show you that they're really evil, while still making the audience and the readers believe he's doing the right thing.
Okay.
I'll never forget when Amber read book 2, the first scene featuring Tommy. She calmly closes the book. She looks at me as I'm sitting on our couch and she says, "Who hurt you?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She says, "I just finished reading Tommy's first scene in Hometown Justice Hostile." Or Hometown Justice, yeah, it was Hostile. It wasn't the second, it was Hostile. She got through reading Tommy's first scene in Hostile. "Who hurt you?"
Oh, wow.
"What are you talking about?" She goes, "That is the most evil, darkest thing I've ever read from you. And it scares me that you had the ability to write something like that happening." Like, "Why does it scare you?" She goes, "Because I didn't think you'd go that dark with your villains." And then she said, "It's got me wondering, how do you top that? Jack Morgan, be safe. Don't throw anybody into the fish fry grease."
Yee, brother. Yee.
I'm sure she's watching now and she's under her breath going, "I hate the fact he's calling me out like this." But there's her favorite teams.
The first team, I'm all in on. Second team,
she says the Texas Rangers because one of her cousins plays for them.
I love the
That's all I know.
Texas Rangers is okay with me. I am a Milwaukee Brewer fan. Everybody knows it. When I'm not wearing my Redskins hat, I'm wearing a Brewers hat. And my Brewers hat is right over there, within arm's reach. But yeah, I'm gonna be crying in my proverbial milk this year because the Brewers have already traded away half of their team and they won 96 games last year. Why I just don't understand. But we're not here to talk baseball either. But thank you for answering my question, Amber. And those are two great teams, man. Atlanta has a really good history, and of course you live near Atlanta, so that makes sense. But Texas, I'd like to one day hear you explain to me why. And it can't be just because you have a family member in Texas. You got to like something about the team itself, the uniforms, the something. I'd love that.
I'll tell you what that is. And this is just me personally. Hey, Miss Blue, how you doing?
TC
Texas Rangers have a star on them, right?
Right.
She's a Cowboys fan too.
You just lost me, Amber. You just lost me. I was good all the way up until he told me that. You lost me.
Miss Baloo, I've shared your poster, and I will share it again before the air. Don't worry, we got you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for sponsoring us. We really appreciate it.
Hello, Miss Della. Awesome that TCW is back. I love it. We just saw the upcoming show, the poster. Congratulations.
And I had a 2-hour conversation with Brian Thrill the other night. He's going to come on the show and talk about it at some point. So
nice. You only had a 2-hour conversation with Brian Thrill. You got him off in 2 hours? Tell me how you did it, bro. Because every time I talk to him, it's at least 3.5, 4 hours, bro. You can't cut the man off.
Tyson started crying. He didn't want to deal with the baby.
Oh, so that's what I got to do. I have to have a crying baby. I'm going to have Connie come in and I'll kick her in the knee or something. Have her start crying. Oh, man.
He called to fuss at me for giving dump truck new ammo to use against him. And to ask me why I haven't signed his copy of the books yet. And I'm like, well, I haven't seen you in person in like 10 years. So
right. He called me out of the blue. I'd say, well, it was right after TCW did their first show. He called me out of the blue and was telling me about the show and everything. And at that time, I had already canceled #truth. So, I'm so sorry.
I guess she's saying she's sorry about Brian calling me and talking to me for 2 hours.
Oh, nah. Brian's awesome, man. I love talking to Brian because Brian loves cats just like I do. We talk about cats for most of the time.
Brian loves listening to himself talk, though.
He's a good guy. I love Brian to death, man. You can't say nothing bad about him.
She's giving you an explanation here, Scott.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, one of my favorite players growing up. Yes, Brian is a nerd, very much so. Amber, when I was growing up, one of my favorite players wasn't a Milwaukee Brewer. He actually played a little while for the Texas Rangers, and that was Nolan Ryan. So he's a Hall of Famer now, pitcher. So yeah, I secretly rooted for him.
Miss Ballou, Brian, of course Brian's a nerd. He named his cat after a Ninja Turtle.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And that's cool. That's not nerdy.
Cool points
that's
in my
just
book.
Cool.
They gave him cool points in my book. So
Right? That's what I'm saying. But all right, let's get back again, going back to being producer.
This happens a lot whenever you and I. This is what happens whenever you and I have a conversation. We always get off track. Somebody's got to steer us back. Unfortunately, this time it's your job.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to steer us back. Okay, so we got all this underway. Now, you said you like doing trilogies. Bobby Cox. There you go. Bobby Cox was a good one. He was one of the best. Even though
I'm show my age and stupidity, I don't know who Bobby Cox was.
Bobby Cox was the manager for the Atlanta Braves during the great years when they had like Maddox and Smoltz, and he was their manager. He was very good. He was a very cool guy until you got him upset, and then it just he was very calm, very cool until he got upset. But very good manager. But anyway, let's get back to and thank you, Ms. Della, for having this conversation with us. I appreciate it. But I'm trying to keep him on his books. So we talked about the bad guys. We talked about the background. Now, you said just now that you like setting your books up in trilogies. Okay. Is that what you said?
That's the original plan was one book and done.
But now that you started the stories, you said you write your thought process is trilogies, though, correct?
Yes.
Oh, Amber said, "How dare you not know Bobby Cox? Oh, you're in trouble. I know somebody who's sleeping in the doghouse tonight."
It's okay. Doghouse will be warm. I got 2 dogs sleeping with me.
No, I know somebody who's going to be up with the baby all night. Now that's what's going to happen.
Probably.
But anyway, so okay, so you got now where you're doing trilogies and you're thinking ahead to other books. Have you ever thought of putting together, like, because a lot of your stories aren't, like I said, and this is not to down your writing at all, they're not long. So have you ever thought about like combining all 3 books into one book and selling them like that?
I have, and I looked into it. Side story here. Because Amazon keeps screwing me over, I'm working on getting the equipment to print them myself. And when I do that, I'll look into printing them all as one book, because then I don't have to print 3 separate books to make it happen. Because if I do it right now, if I put all 3 books in one, Amazon charges me by how many pages they have to print. And that determines how much I have to set the price for. So when I start printing them myself, I'll be able to alleviate some of that pain of having to upcharge my books.
Well, you still have to worry about, because you're buying all the printing accessories and stuff like that, so you got to get your money back for that. I
Right.
mean, it's a business. So, I mean, so if you had to take a guess right now, if you had the stuff together, because I'm interested, because me
Yeah.
personally, this is the way I am. I am I am not a patient person. So if I read your first book like I have and been promised the second book for months, and I'm sitting here going, "Gosh, I wonder what happened." You won't tell me because you don't want to give it away, and I'm asking questions and prying it out of you. But if you're not a patient person, all three of them together in one book, I would be willing to pay the cost
So
to
the
be able to go
the
all the way through the whole trilogy. You know what I'm saying? And
the
I'm pretty sure
roundabout
there's a lot of
cost
people out there who feel that way too.
the roundabout cost in order for if through Amazon right now, if I were to do it, um, roundabout cost for all three books would be upwards of $25 to $30. I've already
Now,
had to
you're
raise the
talking all
prices.
combined into one book, or are you
All
talking
to,
about just buying the three books together?
all combined into one book.
Okay. About
Um,
30 bucks. Okay.
and that's because um, they've gone
Now,
up on
what
their.
would
They've
you
changed.
charge? Of course, we know things might change because you haven't gotten all the other stuff yet. You don't know what your
If
bottom line is.
well,
But
once you get everything together, I've done the research. I'm
okay.
looking at if I do it myself, anywhere from $10 to $15, depending on where I get
Okay.
the ink from.
See that right there would sell me the book right there. The three books in one. That would sell me the book right there.
Right. And see,
If
it's stupid because Amazon's changed their pricing and how much I make off royalties. So
right.
I had to initially I was selling the books for $5 a piece. They changed their guidelines in 2023. In order for me to make a profit off of it, I had to charge $10 for the book.
Right.
And then again, they changed it in 2024. I had to charge $12 for the book.
Okay.
And they're using the excuse that the price of ink's gone up, the price of paper's gone up. But then you still got people on Kindle that are selling their books for 15 for $5 and $6 because they're doing just ebooks only and they're making a killing on it. But
That's where again, that's for people who just want a digital copy and
yeah,
not you. I will pay more for a
a
printed
physical
copy.
copy.
I will,
Right.
because you can't because I know you as a friend. And if I have this, which I do have the book, it's right behind this door right here. I have your first book, but she's talking about putting the three together in one and then reading
Yeah.
it. She said I'm the same way. Um, if a digital copy, I can't bring it to you and go, "Hey, Alex, you're my friend. Here, I'm going to open the page, sign the book."
Right.
You got to have a copy. That's like, and since we were talking baseball a minute ago, they have an app out where you can collect baseball cards on an app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't make any money off of it. You can buy baseball cards on there if you want certain cards. That way they make money, but you can't do anything with them. Not like a physical card where you can go out and say, get to the player and have them sign it. Or if you open a pack and there's a signed baseball card. You know what I'm saying? It's the same
Right.
thing.
And
To me, there's no magic in just buying it off of
the only reason that digital works better, in my opinion, is in the case of Jordan Reyes. He was supposed to be my guest today, and he couldn't. He said he wanted to read the books first. Well,
right.
he ordered the books, and it was going to be a while before he got it. So I gave him my Kindle login so he could read the books on the Kindle app until his book gets there, and hopefully we can get him on the show faster.
Now, the only way I would argue that I wouldn't want a physical copy is if I had a job let's use Chuck as an example. Our good friend Chuck. He delivers. He delivers all the time. So he listens to the radio all the time. But instead of listening to a radio, how about putting on a digital copy so he can listen to your book?
And that's the thing with Kindle, they don't give you the option to upload an audiobook. You have
See,
to go through another thing.
that would be a big X for me. That would be a big X for me.
That's going to be another thing where I have to pay Amazon to produce the audiobook. So Amber's been looking into how do we do it to where she can record it. Her and Chuck's been talking about it. And Chuck presented that since she has a nice talking voice, to have her read the books, record it, and put it on YouTube for people to read.
What would be
listen to that
even
way.
cooler, and this is just a suggestion from me to you, you could take it or leave it, is she can read the parts where, you know, it just the doing part, and when it comes to the saying part, you do your character.
Yeah, we've talked about it, and
I mean,
once we get
there's a lot of different ways you could do that, and it would be
Chuck
really
has
cool.
agreed to come in and do voices, because I don't know if my viewers here know, but you know, Chuck does a mean Big Bad Brad impersonation.
Oh my gosh, spot on.
So he's agreed to come in and do some voices if we pursue this, and Amber and I are seriously considering pursuing it. Especially since we explained to her she didn't have to show her face on camera while she's reading; it's just her voice.
Right.
So
Right.
we're definitely in the works of pursuing that idea, and we'll take your idea and run with it. I'm all for that. Her doing the narration and then me providing voices for the characters.
Right. Well, you can provide for the good guy because that's who you are.
Yeah.
And you know, if you have others that want to, you know, involve themselves in and be the characters of the bad guys, sure. But
right.
It makes, for me, like, I hate to put it like this, man, because I'm not that old. I'm really not.
It's an immersive experience.
Well, not only that, but you want to make it an experience. If it's like that, you want to make it like old time radio,
right?
You know, before TV came along, where you had to sit down and you heard the explosions in the background. They had noise things for every little thing that went on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it like that. But what I'm saying is, you know, in order for people to get immersed in the book, you don't want just, even if it's a very beautiful, soft voice, you don't want your bad guy, you know, and nothing against Amber. She's got a beautiful voice. I've heard it. But you don't want the bad guy, you know, get out of here. And her going, get out of here. It's just, to me, it wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? No matter how. And now I'm pretty sure you've seen the evil side of Amber, and she's gotten loud and mad and mean. I'm pretty sure you guys have had an argument, because I know me and Connie's had them. But you don't want that in a book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it just makes more sense. And trust me, Amber, I'm not trying to put y'all stuff out there. No, I'm just trying to make a point that, I would love, and this is just my opinion. You take it and do it however you can. But I would love to hear that book being done, especially the first one that I have read. I think
I've been experimenting before Chuck even made the suggestion of Amber doing it. And the reason he suggested she do it, he video called me one day when DCW was still a thing, and she was reading, and Amber has this thing where it's part of her memory thing. She can't remember what she's read unless she reads out loud. She didn't realize I was on the phone with Chuck. She was reading out loud to me and to the kids. Right. And Chuck's like, who is that reading? I said, that's Amber. He's like, why don't you have her read your books on audio as an audio book and put it forward? I think she'd be wonderful at it. That way I could listen to her talk while I'm going down the road.
Exactly. And that's exactly, because a lot of people nowadays, and see, that's why I wanted to make #truth. You're proving my point about, and we're already an hour and 5 minutes into this one, but you know, a lot of people probably tuned us out 30 minutes ago because we're talking too long. You know, a lot of people ain't got an hour to block off to listen to a whole podcast or anything else. And with an audio book like that, you can stop and you can pick it back up. Oh, I'm at the end of chapter 1. Stop. Go back to, you know, you can go back onto it and go, okay, I want to go to chapter 2, and it'll start on chapter 2.
So as I was saying, I've been experimenting with AI book readers, and it's where I drop the file into the AI. They read the file, they check it for cuss words, and they go in and edit it themselves. Then they go and it reads back to you. And my issue with that is
that it might change the story.
It changes the story, and then the mispronunciation of the names kills me. There's one that I have. It's called Evie. It's a reader. You download it. It's free.
Right. Got it.
And like the name Alex in one chapter, it'll say the name correctly, Alex. Then the next chapter, it'll call it LX. Then the next chapter, it'll call it Al-X. And then the next chapter, it'll call it Alice. And I'm like, why can't you just read it the same way?
It's just I understand because I've experimented with AI too in a lot of the things, and when I was doing #truth, my opening, I wanted to do something where I was talking and I wanted to use AI to do a voiceover on my intro.
Right.
And you should have heard the 50,000 ways that they said #truth. Never once correct. But
right.
You can imagine.
And then and when I have writer's block, I have a fan fiction I've been writing, and I can't promote the fan fiction. The only people that's ever going to read it's going to be my wife, and it's because she reads everything I write.
Now here's the last few questions, and then I'm gonna have to go because my back is like really on fire. If you want to talk for the rest of the night, that's on you, bro. But I'm gonna have to lay down.
I got you
and take my meds. So, but that was the last thing I was going to talk to you about is when you're sitting there writing, and I understand you're writing there, your wife's there, your children, you got a newborn baby who will cry, need attention. You've got kids of all ages, adults, all the way down to your baby. You got things going on. You got work going. How do you get to a place where it's calm to sit down and concentrate on writing? And I know Amber's listening, but I have to ask, because this is the inquisitive part of me. Does she ever bug you to where you just slam the computer down and go, you know what, I can't do this tonight?
I'm going to answer that question very, very carefully. I'm going to tiptoe around the hornet's nest. You want me to kick that shot?
Because I'm going to be honest with you. There's been times where I've been setting up for #. Connie's come in and she knows we're okay with it because I'm not doing it anymore. But she knows when I'm in a concentrating mood, and she's like, hey, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We got to talk. Can you give me 10 minutes? We got to talk about this. Can you give me 10 minutes? Well, I'm just done with it then. And it's my fault as much as it is hers. So I won't tiptoe around it. I'll go right into it.
She comes on as you're getting ready to leave us.
Oh, Kate comes in. Kate's going to take my place here, but I want you to answer that. You can tiptoe around it if you want to.
I'm going to tiptoe around that hornet's nest you want me to kick really quick.
What did I walk into?
I asked him, this was the exact question I asked him, Kate. I said, with all the stuff going on in his house, from a newborn baby to children from, adult age, all the way down to the wife sitting beside him in bed. And she said something about, you better watch what you say too. It just popped up. But anyway, I said, has there ever been a moment where he's writing and he's just like, oh, forget it, slams the thing shut and goes, forget this. I can't concentrate. I can't do this. And he said he's got to tiptoe around it.
Yes, he has.
There you go. Oh, he has done that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear. You can tiptoe all you want.
I have done that, but it was not for her bugging me or the kids bugging me. It's every time I'd get comfortable and ready to type, they'd call me and I have to get up again.
Right.
Sit back down, get the computer fixed, get my drink ready, get in the zone. As soon as my fingers touch the keyboard, they call me again. But it doesn't happen as often as you think. And now, especially with Tyson, I type when he's asleep.
Right. So one last question. Okay. Then I got to go. All right, one last question, then I got to go. With you saying that, when you have to, when you're sitting there and you're in the zone and you're typing away and something happens, your work calls, your wife needs you in the other room, something happens, and I'm just curious because I'm not a writer, so this is something, if I ever did decide to sit down and write a book, I'm very impatient. So you're going to help me out with whether I want to do this or not. When you come back, is that same thought in your head that you had while you were typing, or do you have to basically go through the whole thing and go, oh man, I lost my concentration, I gotta rethink this?
So it depends on where I'm at in the writing process. If I'm just starting, then I'll tell them, give me 5 minutes. Or if it's work, I'll let the phone ring. I'll finish what I got going on, and then I'll call work back.
Okay.
If it's
so you won't break that concentration, is what you're saying. No. You won't break it and come back because you might lose it.
Exactly. Or I take a page out of Jack Morgan's book, because he was on here earlier talking about it. I keep a notebook next to my computer station. If something bad happens, like
if your attention is needed away from the computer, we'll just put it that way.
Right. If my attention is needed elsewhere, I'll write that, quickly scribble it down so that only I can understand what it is.
Chicken
fat. And then go that way and come back and finish it then. But if it's not something dire, 2020 when the kids was doing their school their homeschooling stuff, they were doing virtual school. That was constantly one of my times that I was sitting on my computer because they were on their computers, and I thought, they're not going to call me to come help them.
Right.
So I'd start writing, and then I'd get, Paisley needs your help, and here the computer's not connected to the internet. I set it down, go help them, finish off, write down my thing, and go in there.
Never done, man. Yeah, I know you learned this a long time ago. All right, I am going to let you go, Kate. I'm going to let you take over for me. Sorry I wasn't here to stay with you, but again, my back's roaring, and I've got to listen to my back, or I'm going to be down.
I'll have to do that tomorrow while I'm off.
I already opened
so there you go, man. Alex.
Scott, thanks for coming on. I'll have you back again. Take it easy, buddy.
You need me, brother. And if you ever want to advertise on my page or any of your people who are sponsoring you wants to advertise on my page, just send the stuff over and I'll put it up on my page, man.
Sounds like a plan, boss man. You go get taking medicine. Have a good night. Tell Miss Connie I say hello.
I sure will. You guys, y'all have a great night and ask a ton of questions.
Scott.
Yes.
See you later, son.
Bye. Bye, Kit Kat.
Bye.
All right. Let me see how I get out of here.
I may have to boot you.
Yeah, boot me, because this ain't like the other one.
It has the leave button.
Oh, it does have.
There we go. What's going on, Kate?
Nothing much. Work.
What you been into today?
Okay.
Work.
Tell her to ask me a question.
Huh?
Somebody said ask your daddy a question. Tell her to ask me a question.
I don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking
about in your background. I heard somebody talking in your background said ask your daddy a question. So tell him to ask me a question.
No. They were asking me a question.
Oh. Who else there with you? Everybody?
Right now, it was right now, Jen, in the room.
Hey, Liv Morgan, how you doing?
She was asking me about Lana's Christmas present that I still have to take to her.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the hospital right now. She had an allergic reaction to something she ate. Oh. And she was breaking out in hives, and I think they said her throat was starting to swell shut. I don't know. But we're hoping that she's going to be better. We're waiting on Dawn to let us know what they said. I haven't got an update since like 4 o'clock, so I don't know.
I'm off tomorrow, so I was like, when she brought that to my attention, I'm like, I might try and see if I can take it tomorrow because I'm off. So
okay,
I just got to know where. And I don't know where.
Well, Amber can get that information for you.
Okay.
Because I can tell you how to get there, but I don't have the address. I haven't had the address since like 10 years ago. So.
Yeah.
So you're just now joining us. Let me go ahead and let you know Casey Elkins number 3 is having to be rewritten from scratch because I messed up. So it's going to be a little bit longer than expected on it.
Freak you.
And Next week, sometime we're going to have Jordan Reyes on the show. We're going to compare and contrast him to the character that's based off him in the book.
Jordan Reyes. Who's that again?
Sheriff Reyes from Hometown Justice.
I don't know who that is. I don't think.
You might remember him as the Angel of Death, Azrael from DCW. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He was only there for like what, 2-3 weeks?
About 2 months before he quit because he had some stuff going on in his life.
And now we shut down, so we can't have that back.
Yeah, for now. Believe me, Kate, I got people pushing me to open it. One of them was on the show earlier, busting my chops about shutting it down. Yeah, Jack Morgan. How did you know without me giving you any more information than that?
Because he's always going off about that. Last time that you were talking about it, he was bitching about it. He bitched about it on the DCW page. And you were just talking about Jack Morgan, so I'm smart.
You want to do some? I already got the answers. I just got to show work. I need you to show work.
It depends on what work.
She did the first one. She did it for.
Oh,
look at you helping your sister with her homework.
fractions.
You just
Ooh.
did the 99. The 99 is apparently easy, which I haven't did it yet because I'm trying to get everything else done. And I have another project that's in social studies. I gotta get social studies done. So I have 2 projects I'm currently trying to get done, and it's due Friday. And I just got this one, but I'm working on it.
I'll do it after I get off the show because I'm not trying to hurt my brain while I'm on here. I said I'll do it for you.
So the contest to win a set of the books has been canceled because nobody entered.
Oh,
I gotta study.
Um,
I'm basically screwed if I don't. I got to study for ELA tomorrow because I test tomorrow on a book that we're reading. We have a spelling
I've lost
part.
all my viewers now. Everybody disappeared when Scott disappeared. That's cool. I think Amber and Miss Baloo's the only one still watching.
And then I have, I think another test coming up. I don't know. I don't think I have another test coming up. I'm gonna have one this week. Today, tomorrow. And I think I'm starting the new. Yeah.
We're not doing the character thing this week. I brought Scott on to interview me. Miss Baloo's still here. Hey, Miss Baloo. Do you have any questions about my books that I can answer for you? If not, do you have anything for Caitlin? Both answer questions at this point.
yeah. Because my questions are mainly spoilers.
If you're gonna talk to Caitlin though, she mainly deals with the Casey Elkins questions because that's her book series. Even though I write it, she says it's hers.
It's mine because you took how many months to write it and publish it? I only took how many weeks to finish said book when it first released.
Miss Baloo, you've actually met Caitlin before. She we met you at Kings Mountain Walmart. She said she could come be a wrestler for you.
Yo.
This is my oldest daughter. She's freshly turned 19 as of 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago. 6 days ago. 6 days. Not a week.
Very busy 19-year-old.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You're young. You can handle everything thrown at you. I got an idea. If Caitlin ain't gonna ask me questions, I'm gonna ask her some trivia questions and see if she can answer them.
Okay. It better be from Casey Elkins.
Nope, it's gonna be from wrestling.
Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Do I get a prize?
Get a sneak peek at Casey Elkins book 3 when I get the chapter completed.
Okay.
Oh, these are some old questions too. All right, Caitlin, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm. This is probably before my time.
There you go, Caitlin. She said you can come train. All right, question number one. I'm going to ask Caitlin some wrestling trivia questions, see how well she does, see how big of a fan she is. These are all WWE related, Caitlin. There's nothing AEW in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which superstar's entrance music contains the lyrics, "They broke the mold when they made me"? Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler, Billy Gunn, or Mr. Perfect?
It's not Dolph.
Okay.
Now the other three, I'm not sure. Shawn Michaels. Who's Shawn Michaels?
HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Probably him.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Mr. Perfect.
I don't know.
Or no, it was Dolph Ziggler. Who the hell?
That was not his, that's not his entrance. His entrance is actually to show the world.
Which of the following championships has John Cena never held? The Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, the WWE Tag Team Championship, or the WWE World Tag Team Championship?
I want to say tag team, but these are old school, and the old school would say Intercontinental because he just recently won the Intercontinental this year.
That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. I will give you that one.
I don't remember him winning tag team though.
He's held the tag titles with a bunch of different people.
Oh.
Edge and Christian's famous 5-second poses were, according to them, for those with the benefit of A, short attention spans, B, flash photography, C, cheap seats, or D, video cameras.
Short attention spans?
Nope. Want to try again?
No.
For those with the benefit of flash photography.
I don't know that. I don't even know these people. Probably besides Edge. Maybe.
True or false? Yokozuna became the youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion at 25 years old.
Who?
Yokozuna.
Don't know who that is. So probably false?
That is correct. That distinction belongs to Randy Orton. Which former member of the Shield is the only one to hold the Intercontinental Championship?
Seth.
Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, or Roman Reigns?
Seth.
That is incorrect.
Oh, Dean?
Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins has held the Intercontinental Championship since these were made. Let's see if you know this one.
And that Dean Ambrose is coming back.
Which superstar was the first to hold the Divas Championship in 2008? Maurice, Melina, Michelle McCool, or Mickie James?
Mickie.
Wrong.
Fuck you.
It was Michelle McCool.
I was too young to remember that. I was only 1 year old, dummy.
Which superstar did Shawn Michaels not partner with to capture the WWE World Tag Team Championships? Diesel, John Cena, Marty Jannetty, or Triple H?
Triple H.
Wrong.
Come on, get some good trivia from this year.
At WrestleMania 20, Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar with this superstar acting as special guest referee. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, The Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Guerrero?
Wrong.
I don't. WrestleMania 20, you act like I was alive for that.
You was.
No, I wasn't. That was in 2004. I was not born for that.
But you've watched it.
No, I haven't.
You watched it with me.
When?
Like 5 years ago.
I don't remember that. Get some trivia from like these past years. The ones that I can actually say I've watched.
This one you should be able to get. Complete the following sentence. I'm the Miz, and I'm
Awesome.
awesome.
You don't change that. I came to show the world.
This one you may know, you may not know. It took place 2 years before you were born, but I'm pretty sure we watched this match. Who won the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match in 2005? CM Punk, Kane, Edge, or Rob Van Dam?
It was either CM Punk or Kane.
Those are both incorrect.
Oh.
It was Edge.
I would think the big scary monster would.
I know you know the answer to this one because I quote it all the time. Which superstar did Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat in the 1996 King of the Ring tournament before coining the phrase Austin 316? Bret the Hitman Hart, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ultimate Warrior, or Michael P.S. Hayes?
The last two don't sound familiar.
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Ultimate Warrior and it wasn't Michael P.S. Hayes.
Again, it's not the last two. It's either A or B.
So which one's it going to be?
Give me a minute. Repeat the first two.
Bret the Hitman Hart or Jake the Snake Roberts?
I want to say Hitman, but I want to feel like that's incorrect.
So you're going to go with Jake the Snake?
No, I think it's the Hitman. I really do think so.
Final answer.
Give me a minute.
Look at you cheating using Google. Just say who did Stone Cold beat in the King of the Ring tournament in 96?
Jake the Snake.
There you go.
So I was right.
Yes, you were.
I was right. Technically, I'm not cheating if I technically knew but didn't know. Thank you. I might need to learn more. I'm mainly trying to follow the Divas run, not freaking male run.
To complete Ric Flair's famous catchphrase, to be the man, you gotta
beat the man.
There you go. That's a correct one.
Woo!
I'm trying to find a question that you know the answer to. Hold on.
Give me the Bellas. Give me Paige. Give me freaking.
Okay. Which superstar enjoyed the longest
AJ.
single reign with the Divas Championship at 301 days? AJ Lee, Beth Phoenix, Maurice, or Nikki Bella?
Read that? Could you cut out?
Which superstar enjoyed the longest single reign with Divas Championship at 301 days? AJ Lee, Beth Phoenix, Maurice, or Nikki Bella?
At first it was AJ, but then Nikki took that.
Bingo, it was Nikki Bella.
At first it was AJ because she was bragging about 295, but then Paige took it, and then it went on to Nikki Bella. You can look, but you can't touch.
Yes, we know who your favorite superstar is. You ain't got to share us.
We don't know who my favorite superstar is. Thank you.
Here we go. We got multiple choice questions. Took place from 2010 to 2020, Caitlin. You ready for this?
Yeah. Sure.
Mark Henry was a face throughout most of 2010. However, in 2011, he decided to revert back to his evil ways. At what event did he turn heel at? Night of Champions, Hell in a Cell, or WrestleMania 27?
It's either WrestleMania or Hell in a Cell.
Hang on.
Or was it? I don't know who that is. So
It was Night of Champions 2011.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know that.
I don't know all these myself, and they're not giving me the answers. Hold on.
This is just basically a wrestling night at this point. We should have had Scott stay on.
He's been on for over an hour, Caitlin. His back was hurting.
My fault.
This
my
one
fault.
you might know. This one's about wrestlers and their finishers.
Okay.
Think you can answer these?
Yeah.
What is Vince McMahon's finisher?
I don't know. Vince has a finisher?
Yes.
The fuck?
Hang on. I'll give you some moves. It's loading. The Tombstone Pile Driver, the Hurricanrana, or the Stunner.
The Stunner.
That is correct.
It's not the Pile Driver. Sorry, but that's Undertaker.
What is Dean Ambrose's finishing move?
30D.
There you go. What is Ric Flair's finishing move?
Hold on, I'm trying to think. Hold on, because Charlotte uses it.
Yeah, well, she uses a modified version of it.
No, she can use the original one, but when she does the bridge, it becomes something else.
So take her finishing move and divide it in half.
The figure eight?
That is her finishing move. Divide 8 in half.
Figure 4?
There you go. What is CM Punk's finisher?
GTS.
What is Kane's finisher?
Chokeslam.
What's Bray Wyatt's finisher?
Which version?
The Fiend version.
Sister Abigail?
You too, Miss Blue. I got an early night tomorrow. Early day tomorrow too. I got to be up at 3:00. Oh,
Where's Barbar?
she's watching from the TV.
Well, she's not
I don't think
commenting
she's paying us
anymore.
any attention. I don't think she's paying us any attention.
Ooh, you should ask me another finisher, because I bet I can tell you the Divas finishers. We
Really,
have
you could
we
we
could
talk about what?
You can ask me about Amber's least favorite wrestler's finisher move, and I could be able to tell you.
What is AJ Lee's finisher then, Caitlin? Since you're dying to tell us.
The Black Widow, or as it's known now as the Octopus Stretch, on game. She has another wrestler she hates though.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss.
And she has two finishers. One's from the ropes, and the other one's in memory of Bray Wyatt. Birdie Bar.
She's coming. She said she put her phone down for a minute.
Wow, Bambi. Wow.
Yes, Amber, she just called you Bambi. You got to come and ground her. Better watch that finger, ma'am. This is a PG-13 show.
Okay.
So if you're gonna do that, you gotta do Stone Cold. You just gotta hold your fist up.
No, it's this one. Mm,
Okay, whatever you say.
you said PG-13.
Hoping somebody come on and give us some stuff to talk about.
Did you
Scott was
watch
asking
the
some
Rumble?
hard-hitting questions. No, I didn't watch the Rumble. I had to
I
work.
didn't either. But apparently, a masked figure hit Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I heard that.
People are making speculations of who it is.
It was Austin Theory.
Austin Theory is a part of the Vision.
That don't mean nothing.
It does too. People are saying that it's either Jake Paul or Grayson Waller or Dean Ambrose. Bambi better hurry up. Hamburger, let's go.
She called you a turd. Haha.
Freak you too. Ask some questions now.
Kind of bossy there, aren't you?
What are you doing?
Talking to Dad.
Questions about the books, questions about anything. We've talked enough about Hometown Justice, so let's get some Casey Elkins questions coming up in this joint. Maybe between you and Caitlin, y'all can ask enough Casey Elkins questions, stir some interest up.
Streamers, if you're only going live on one platform, you are invisible to a large portion of your audience.
Felt right. You said let's get some answers. I was like, let's light it up. And he's ignoring me.
Now I had a phone call coming in.
I don't give a damn.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Questions?
We're waiting on it. It's got to come through first. Come on, computer. Show it up here.
Dun, 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 dun. Daphne.
Technically, Casey Elkins is based in both North and South Carolina, but her home base is in Blacksburg.
Oh well, Amber asked basic questions.
Don't be insulting her like that. She's gonna come back with something hard. I got to answer then.
I'm the Casey Elkins expert, not you. Amber wasn't even there for when I finished it the first time.
I got you. Give me a second.
You're good. I was trying to find the way how to spell the name before, but then I'm like, I'll just say the computer. Type. Woo, that's right. Okay.
More complicated. Fine. What's the lore behind the lichens? Well, that's from Greek mythology. There was a tale of King Lycoon who was tired of serving Zeus. So he was going to trick Zeus into eating mortal flesh, which would weaken him somehow. I'm not sure what the logic behind that was, but it's the Greece, the Greek. They didn't have a whole lot of logic. So King Lycoon tried to feed Zeus tainted meat, mortal meat, and Zeus caught him, turned him into the first ever werewolf. That was the inspiration for lichens, and I'm one of those types of people. I grow tired of seeing the same style of lichen everywhere. They're either humans that turn into wolves or wolves that turn into humans. I got sick of that. I got sick of seeing basic lichens. And Laurel K. Hamilton is one of my favorite supernatural authors. Lichens in her story are every animal on the face of the planet, including fish. I'm not sure how that works. I haven't encountered a fish yet, but she talks about fish lichens. So I decided to do the same thing in my universe with different lore behind it. And that's why the secondary main character, Rigo Balderas, is a were hyena. The only known were hyena in existence. Got any more brain busters?
If not, I got a question, and I just asked you in the private chat.
I actually saw that question. I'm gonna wait and see if she asks it first.
Oh.
Sorry, the girls are in the shower. They are? Yeah. Except for Sabaya.
She did ask your question, Caitlin, but she added on to it. First off, Kivo is male. Just to point that out there. Kivo is male, not female.
Can I add my thing first?
Yeah.
Because she says I always imagine Smart House Katie Siegel. No.
Katie Seagal.
No, it's not that. The way it.
What do you imagine?
I imagine the computer from Iron Man.
Jarvis. You're both wrong.
Fuck you.
You're both wrong. The inspiration for Kivo is Deca. Yes, really, Amber. And Caitlin, just in case you didn't hear me when you were talking to your sister, the inspiration for Kivo was Deca.
Power Rangers? Deca?
in space.
They don't act the same though.
They don't act the same, but that was the inspiration for Kivo was Deca. I gave Kivo more abilities than Deca had, but Kivo's inspiration was Deca.
So are you saying that later on he's going to be able to take over the entire base and protect it like Deca did?
Oh, most definitely.
Because I remember the episode that the Teen Titans, not Teen Titans, freaking the Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles and Deca zapped the turtle.
Yes, and if you remember in the Daywalker,
Mm-hmm.
spoiler alert for people that are not paying attention or that are reading or haven't read that far. In the Daywalker, when a certain sheriff from Pokeful shows up, Deca goes into lockdown mode in the scene before she walks out to meet, or Deca. Kivo goes into lockdown mode in the scene before Casey goes out to meet with the big bad of the Daywalker, and a certain sheriff from Pokeful shows up.
Oh, yeah. The Maestro came.
That's your takeaway, Amber? Everything we just said, I told you who inspired, and that's your takeaway is that Kivo's a male, not a female?
Deca is a female, though.
Deca is a female. In fact, the only AI in existence in movies or comics that wasn't female was Jarvis. Ay, caramba.
What?
She has to reread Casey Elkins series now and read Kivo in a male voice.
Bruh.
Kate, what time are you working Thursday?
9 to 5, I think.
Crap.
Let me look. Let me see.
Yeah,
if
look
they
and
have
see real quick.
hours. Yeah, 9 to 5.
Okay, well, I'll be on for a morning show that morning because I got to work 3 to close. So just rewatch it when you can. And what about next Tuesday? Or do you know that far ahead?
Don't know yet. They don't know until Thursday.
Let me know as soon as you get that schedule what time you're working, so I can know if you're going to be here or not. I'm getting ready to get off here because I've already been on for almost 2 hours, and I'm down to 3 viewers. So 2 of those viewers is from my house.
Yeah.
Why are you watching Bray Wyatt promos over there?
Huh?
It sounds like you're watching a Bray Wyatt promo.
No, I'm trying to find something. Oh, that's not it. Wait, no. No.
What are you trying to find?
Something. For Amber.
Actually, it was a great chance to get out of the sewer and see the universe.
Well, if you guys ever come to space, please stop by.
Yeah. Hey, and if you're ever in New York, hey, why don't you pop your head in our sewer?
Sure. Yeah, we'd love to.
Hey, Deca. Sorry about the reprogramming thing. No hard feelings, right?
I am not programmed to hold a grudge, Donatello. For long, at least. I mean, sorry. No hard feelings?
That was your inspiration?
There's something.
Yep.
Wonder what episode you were basing that off of.
A lot, actually. But we're going to jump off here. Thank everybody for tuning in. Caitlin, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Scott, for joining us. I appreciate it. We're going to have you both back on at the same time. Hopefully next time you're off, we'll do it from the beginning because Scott's got more questions to ask me. I'm sure of it. And then you can piggyback off his questions, hopefully.
Ouch, my heart.
What?
You said for you. Does that go for both of us?
Well, I'm sure he's got some for you, too. So we just didn't know if you was going to be joining us tonight before we got off or not. So he asked me questions and told me he had questions for me. He may have some for you.
I tried my best. I was eating and stuff.
Amber says bye, Kate. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you